Hello. The purpose of this video tutorial is to help you upload your Grade 9 Waves projects that you've been working on for the past 2 weeks onto the Google site pages that I've gone and created. I've created two Google site Grade 9 Wave pages, each for both of the classes that I teach. The first one is called Grade 9 Waves 05B and the second is called Grade 9 Waves 03B. For the purpose of this tutorial, I'll be using the Grade 9 Waves 05B as an exemplar. To date, you should have been provided, or you should have been invited to join this these Google sites that I've gone and created, and I've also gone and sent a message with the links that will direct you straight to the Google site. Once you actually access these links, you'll be sent to the home page, and the home page of each Google site looks exactly like this, where there's a bit of text explaining what the site is about, and then there's this pretty cool blue picture here as well. But if you look at the top of the site, what you'll find is you'll see that your name is provided in a box, and that box will link you to your individual Google site page. So for example, if I just choose a name at random and I'm going to use Emily's, once we look at Emily's page, you'll see that Emily's name is on the page and then nothing else, because obviously Emily is going to upload her work at some point. Now, in order for Emily to do this, Emily will see that she has editing rights on this page. So if you look at the top of the page that you have editing rights for, which is your page, you'll see that you have these buttons along the top. Now the only button that we're interested in is the edit page, which will allow you to edit what is on your page. The idea behind putting all of the Grade 9 work on these pages is that you will then be able to go and look at other people's pages and see what they've gone and done. However, you will only have editing rights to your page, which means you'll be able to view other people's pages, but you won't be able to edit anything in their pages, only in yours. So when you go and click on other people's pages, these buttons won't occur. So the purpose of this tutorial is to help you in uploading the work that you've gone and created, and I'm going to give you three common ways in which you might have done this. Okay, the first one is using presentations in Google Drive rather, or you might call it Google Docs. So the first thing we need to do whenever we're uploading any work onto a page is to first of all go to the edit page and click edit. Now what you'll see is that the page actually changes, and you now have the ability to add things under your name. So the simple thing we could do is add some text, and if we click save, then that would be saved and that would appear on your page. However, that's pretty trivial, and we're actually looking to do something a little bit more complicated than that. So what the whole idea is that we want to insert the work that we want to insert or display the work that you've gone and done. So if we go across to the left hand side on the insert tab just under Emily and we click insert, you'll see that all these cool little ways that you can actually start putting work up onto a page appears. But we're only interested in the Google Drive one. Now Google Drive for you is Google Documents, which you have access to already, and obviously in Google Documents you probably already know that you can do documents, forms, images, presentations, blah blah blah. So what we're actually going to do is we're going to go down and we're going to go down to Google Presentation. Now if I click on Google Presentation, that should link you to your Google Docs, and what it will allow you to do is it will allow you to upload any piece of work that you've actually gone and saved as a slideshow, not a PowerPoint but a slideshow. I'll get on to PowerPoints later on. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to this Global Energy Sources. You'll see that this Global Energy Sources is without a PPT. That's not because it's a PowerPoint, it's because now it's a Google slideshow. So if I click onto this and I click select, it will allow me, or it should allow me, to upload that work. Now when you get to this, it will ask you some things that we might want to include. So borders are useful, titles are obviously useful, and I usually like to restart the slideshow after the last slide, so I click this one, and the last thing I want to do is I want to go and make it large. Now if I click save, what you'll notice is that you get this box called the Google presentation box, and you'll also see that you get these tools underneath as well. The properties tool will take you back to where we were before, and you can change things if you don't like how they look. However, I always like to align things into the center, so I've now going to click the center button, and if I then go back and click save, then hopefully within a second or so, here is the PowerPoint that I've gone and created, and now we can see that all the slides of this PowerPoint, which is a grade 12 piece of work PowerPoint that I put together for a grade 12 topic, is now appearing on Emily's page. Obviously I'll go and delete this later on after I finish this tutorial. But let's say, for example, you haven't gone and created your presentation in Google Docs or Google Drive, and you've just gone and created a PowerPoint presentation on your computer using Windows. That's dead easy to do as well. If I go to my Google Drive, which I've already got open, you'll see that in your drive you've got various things that you can access. Now the first thing you've got to do is you've got to go and upload a piece of work. So if I go to the button next to create, which is upload, and I click on file, I can then start to upload any piece of work that I want to do. So for example, let me just choose an example. Okay, chapter 8 point, this is a PowerPoint that I've gone and created using Word PowerPoint that I'm now uploading. But as I said earlier, if you've gone and created a PowerPoint, Google Docs or Google Drive will not understand the PowerPoint until you've actually gone and opened it as a presentation. So if I look at this global warming, for example, this global warming PowerPoint that I did earlier, and I right click, it will allow me to open it with Google Slides. Now if I click Google Slides, and this actually takes a minute or so, what's now happening is that Google Docs is taking your presentation and it's uploading it to an online format that Google actually understands, that can be then shared within Google presentations. So hopefully this now has been saved as a Google presentation, and if I go back to my Google Drive, I should see now that my Google warming PowerPoint has now been saved as, so my global warming PowerPoint has now been saved as a global warming slideshow. You can also see as well on the right hand side that 71% of my other PowerPoint presentation is being uploaded, and when that's finished I'll do exactly the same. However, if I now go back to my presentation, I go and choose, for example, Joanne. Doing the same thing that I did last time, I can go and edit the page, and if I've edited the page, come on, go to page editor. Okay, once I've edited the page, I can go to insert, I can go to Google Drive, I can go to presentation, and once I'm in presentation, hopefully now my global warming is in two forms, PowerPoint and slideshow. If I click on the slide, global warming again, restart the slideshow, going to make it big as I did before, and then I'm going to click save. Again, we have this Google presentation coming up, and if I then put this into the center and I click save, hopefully I now have my PowerPoint presented so that everybody else can see it. Okay, that's a couple of cool things that you can do with Google Docs. However, let's say you've gone and made a video, and you've gone and made an iMovie. Now, I'll be showing you in class how to put your iMovie onto something called Vimeo, which is an online presentation very, very similar to YouTube, but not as populated or as common. So I like to use Vimeo for education basis. So let's say I want to upload a Vimeo video that I've gone and, or a video of mine, an iMovie that I've gone and uploaded onto this program called Vimeo. Okay, I've already got Vimeo open. Oh, I thought I had Vimeo open. If I now open Vimeo, if it opens quickly, right, these are some videos that I asked grade 7 to do last year, And these are videos that grade 7 students have gotten made using iMovie and have gotten uploaded onto a Vimeo account that I created for them. Again, this is something I'll show you what to do. Now, as soon as this has been uploaded, and it takes a little bit of time to do that, usually about 30 minutes, but as soon as this has been uploaded, we then want to share this button, or we want to share this video. And I'm going to choose this one, the Temperate Evergreen Forest video. In the top right hand corner of the video, you'll see share. And usually on most internet sites, you will find a share facility. Now if I click share, it will ask me, it will give me a link, an email, but it will also give me this thing called an embed code. Now this embed code is really important because this embed code is a HTML code that most programs understand, which is basically just computer language. Now if I copy this embed code, and I've just gone and expanded it, clicked on it, and I'm now going to say Command C to copy. If I now go back to Nikash's page, right, I want to put that video onto Nikash's page. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to edit the page like I did before with Emily's, and I think it was Joanne's. But now instead of going to insert up here, I'm going to go to this thing called HTML. I'm going to click on the HTML, and I'm just going to remove any text that's there. And all I'm going to do is put in the embed code. Now, I don't understand what the embed code is doing, if I'm going to be honest. I just know that the embed code allows us to paste work from other online sites. So all I've gone and done is just copied the embed code from Vimeo, put it onto here, and now if I say update, the same thing happens as last time, that we now have a Google gadget that was shown like on Emily and Joanne's page. Now, similarly, I'm going to put this in the center. Now, what you might have to do with these things is I might have to go to properties, and what I can actually do is I can start to change the height, and you can modify this as much as you want. I'm just going to go for a height of 500, and I'm going to leave the width at, let's say, I don't know, 700. I'm just guessing. And if I click OK, you should see that the gadget has now become bigger. Now if I go and click save, hopefully, with any luck, once it's saved, there's the video. And the video that's now on Vimeo has now been shown onto Nikash's page. And basically, whatever video you've got, we can put, whatever iMovie you've got and created rather, we can put onto Vimeo and then we can share it. So these are 3 ways to share work. I know that some people have been using Google Docs, I know some people have been using PowerPoints, and I know some people have been using iMovies. I also know some people have been using Prezis. And if you've been using a Prezi, I can show you how to do that during class time. But I think this is the main bulk of the work that's going to be included. So hopefully now you should be able to follow the instructions, and you should be able to get your presentation, and you should be able to upload it onto your page, onto the Google Sites. Okay, thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.